With all the special attention centered around the band, one has to wonder if their success will be long-lived or fizzle out with some of the time-fickle nature of the music industry. Many boy bands have enjoyed success, though sometimes short-lived. Tensions within bands and the constant stress of the paps are sometimes the cause of an eventual breakup.
They're going to have to be managed, contained somehow, because fame like that, it's really easy, particularly when you're young, for it just to go straight to your head. You've got plenty of money, nobody's going to stop you, you can have a wild time, and that we've seen that go wrong for other bands. They will need a lot of trust with each other, I mean, real rapport and chemistry, which I think they've got because they were put together as a band. It may or may not have worked, but it was inspired because they seem incredibly close.
Instantly. Yeah, there was no sort of rivalry. I'm not saying that it can't happen.
No.
But what kind of things do you think would trigger sort of conflict within the band?
I think it's going to be an issue of kind of girlfriends may trigger it. Professionally, if they feel one is getting
attention.
Yeah, absolutely more
so
attention.
like, for example, Harry resentment from the others because he's clearly the sort of standout
He
one,
is.
even though Liam's the lead singer.
Well, that's right, and that's an interesting comparison because Harry is the really cute one. He's had the high-profile older girlfriend, and all the eyes are on Harry. So, but if they can find their rankings, their natural positions, and still feel they gel and trust each other, and that it's not competitive within them, then, and they're managed well, they'll be absolutely fine. Someone at some point may decide they want to break away and want a solo career, or simply...
Could all easily do, I think.
Yes, and they're young boys. I mean, they're going to professionally and personally. They've still got a lot of growing up to do. Whether they'll still keep that chemistry and rapport in 2 or 3 years' time, who knows? But right now, they look like they're coping brilliantly.
Don't you think they'll need their freedom or want their freedom because they've never been able to lead normal adult life?
Eventually they will. They will need their freedom. And I was reading just the other day that Harry Styles was homesick, deeply homesick. And that's when you suddenly realise quickly that they're just little boys. They're very young, and it's very easy for us to think that they've been in this forever.
They're having a great time.
Yeah,
as great as it is, you still want your mum, don't you?
And it may be that one of them decides that's not what they want to do at all. They don't want to be in the pop industry.
Being a pop star, now I want to do something else.
Yeah, I mean, they are so young that if you had any other, if it was your child and they were in any other job, you'd probably say, don't make up your mind straight away. You're only 17 or 18, you've got years to think about it. So, in a sense, kids doing very, very well at a very high-profile job.
Other bands have successfully lasted through the years. Perhaps they can learn from one of the hottest boy bands in history, such as Take That. Through breakups and trials, their brand on the music industry has lasted through the years.
One Direction in 2 years, I see with a little bit more muscle, a little bit more facial hair. I think that they're going to mature into nice young men, and hopefully all of their fans will mature with them.
I don't think they're really the Beatles, but early days.
Absolutely. Do you think that they'll have longevity in this?
Yeah, I think they're nice boys and they're well managed. Obviously, Mr. Cowell's tentacles are around them, and I know what that's like. It's a lovely experience.
Is it a kind of flash in the pan, you know, 5 hot boys, but it's all going to be over in a couple of years or this time next year, or you think they can stand the test of time?
There's always going to be another One Direction wanting to come up and you're eager. Heels. I think what they've got to realise is to make their money at the moment in the best possible way. Make a movie, get a TV show, get books out there, get merchandise out there, because then they'll be still remembered.
If they can maintain that relationship that they are a band and they're a team and they work together, there isn't any reason why they shouldn't go through their teens and into their 20s.
I think they'll be around for a lot longer.
I think they'll do really well. I just think that the characters we've got in One Direction and the way their personalities are, if they get really well media trained and become, you know, great spokespeople for brands, etc., they'll do just as well as David Beckham. You know, he's nearly 40 now, remember. You forget that. And he's a style icon. They'll be modelling left, right and centre, having great books out there. And obviously I can't wait for One Direction in 3D. Or maybe 4D it could be, you never know.
In 5 years' time, One Direction will be in their early to mid-20s. Probably looking to go solo. And I think that was the whole point where people say, oh, because the band was put together, there'll be no longevity or no future for them and that it's not an authentic band. But what we have here is 5 individuals who are put together, who are able to learn their craft, meet their fans, grow up, have a great time together. By the time they're 23, 24, 25, they can branch off into solo careers, take their individual fans with them, and resume the solo career that they first set out to have. Because remember, they all auditioned as soloists, so it's a natural path for them. So, you know, I'm looking forward to see which different musical directions they'll choose. Maybe they'll decide to stay together, maybe they'll do a take that, have solo careers, and then in another 5 years get together again. Sky's the limit.
Future sizzle or fizzle yet to be seen. One thing is quite evident. The boys of One Direction have made a splash that made shockwaves around the world, proving that dreams can certainly come true and sometimes be even bigger than once imagined.